Ridiculous, funny, and awkward. Meet the biggest Oscars mess-ups of all time. From Borat spilling ashes
No, sorry. You've got ginger.
and Nicole Kidman forgetting how to clap, to bizarre celebrity speeches, or should we say, noises?
And for that, I thank my family, my mother, Blythe.
Are you ready for some cringe? Of course you are. Buckle up. Do you remember Amy Schumer's uncomfortable jokes at the 2022 Oscars?
This year, the Academy hired 3 women to host because it's cheaper than hiring one man.
Amy tried to be witty and funny, but instead ended up being weird and pushy. Like here, with Kirsten Dunst.
Actually, you know what? Let me just show you what the seat fillers do. Okay, here's a seat filler. Can we get you up, honey? You want to go to the bathroom? Okay. Let's just get you. Thank you, seat fillers. Love them.
Maybe in Amy's parallel universe that was funny, but for most people, it was just rude. And Jesse Plemons' reaction said it all.
Jesse, I loved you in Power of the Dog.
You know, that was my wife. Amy.
How's that supposed to be funny? Anyways, the previous Oscars were kind of painful to watch, and all of Amy's weird moments were basically forgotten when one tiny little thing happened that night.
Oh, wow!
Yep, Will Smith went nuts. Just imagine slapping someone over a joke about your wife that you laughed at a second ago. More than that, Smith wasn't even escorted out by security after that. Sacha Baron Cohen, for example, was immediately bundled off the red carpet for spilling ashes on Ryan's Seacrest. While Smith not only stayed at the ceremony, but even got an Oscar that night.
Wow!
Don't know about you guys, but for us, the cringiest thing about the incident wasn't the slap, but the swearing that came after. Felt like Smith forgot he wasn't filming an action movie scene in that moment.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Clearly, Wife Defender of the Year. The video on YouTube with the intolerant joke has since gained more than 108 million views. It's in history forever. The top comment under the video says it all. If this didn't happen, I wouldn't even know about Oscar today. So, well done, Smith. And thank you, Internet, for all the memes and musical mixes that you've created.
My wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of it.
But that isn't the only assault to have happened on stage at the Oscars. Adrien Brody once brutally intruded on Halle Berry's personal space while everyone thought it was planned.
What the f?
If you guys missed that for some reason, Berry had absolutely no idea that Brody was going to kiss her. Later, the actress was asked about the incident, and she couldn't hide her outrage.
Can I say it for real?
Yeah.
I was like, what the f is happening?
Jeez, that sounds like a sexual assault incident in front of the whole world. Poor Halle, we feel ya. Weirder than that kiss, though, were the multiple kisses between Angelina Jolie and her younger brother.
I'm in shock, and I'm so in love with my brother right now.
Seriously, what the hell is wrong with Jolie? Another cringy onstage moment happened with Gwyneth Paltrow during her Oscar acceptance speech.
I would not have been able to play this role had I not understood love of a tremendous magnitude, and for that I thank my family, my mother, Blythe Tanner,
Her talk was too long, too weird, and very hard to watch. Many people called it insincere and believe her win was the most undeserving in the history of the Academy Awards.
And,
It gives us the same vibe as Halle Berry's acceptance speech, and her reaction was actually way more emotional. For the first 30 seconds, poor Halle couldn't say a proper word, but at least it wasn't an act. We do believe that Berry was just truly overwhelmed, just like James Cameron was after he won his Oscar for directing Titanic. Absolutely gorgeous movie, no doubt. Though Cameron's final words of his speech, or should we say, final noises, seriously divided the audience.
I'm the king of the world!
Some people thought he was selfish, fans got it was just a reference to Titanic's iconic line, and others think that was the moment Cameron got his idea for the Avatar movies. Pretty similar, isn't it? Jack Palance was also overwhelmed after he got his statuette. After winning Best Supporting Actor for City Slickers, Palance all of a sudden started doing odd things.
Like, for instance, you go out there and you do these.
And perhaps the Oscar for the most excited acceptance speech should go to Ben Affleck and Matt Damon for the screenplay of Good Will Hunting.
Who else?
John Gordon from Miramax.
Chris Moore produced the movie. And Patrick Weitzel, the best agent in Hollywood.
Yeah, Patrick Weitzel.
And Cuba Gooding for showing us how to give our acceptance speech. And
Man, where the hell were all those emotions from Ben during the last Grammys? Moving on to another weird acceptance monologue. Daniel Kaluuya won the Best Supporting Actor award for his outstanding role in Judas and the Black Messiah. In his long talk, Daniel didn't embarrass himself. Nope. Instead, he embarrassed his relatives.
It's incredible. My mom met my dad. They had sex. It's amazing.
Yeah, we know how babies are made, Daniel. But the best thing wasn't actually his statement, but his mother and sister's reaction to it.
Like, do you understand? I'm here. You know what I mean? So, I'm so happy to be alive. So I'm going to celebrate that tonight. You understand?
In order to avoid moments like that, celebs should follow Alfred Hitchcock's example. The outstanding director never won an Oscar, but in 1968, he received the Irving G. Thalberg Memorial Award, and his speech was the shortest in Hollywood history. Just 2 words.
thank you.
No, thank you, Mr. Hitchcock. While some celebs embarrass themselves on stage, one person managed to mess things up before even talking. Any ideas who that was? Welcome, Jennifer Lawrence.
Do you know who Jennifer Lawrence is? This is the worst day of my life.
Jennifer Lawrence. Nope.
She is the only human being in history to fall at the Oscars. Twice. What a shame. On her way to the stage, she stepped on the fabric of her gorgeous dress and... ouch. Unfortunately, her Oscars falls didn't end there. Just a year later, Jennifer fell again, this time on the red carpet. But of course, we love the actress, and we don't laugh over people falling. And if Jennifer ever feels bad about these incidents, she should remember, once there was a man who appeared on the Oscars stage completely naked.
And someone, quite likely,
the host, David Niven, was introducing Elizabeth Taylor when all of a sudden, a streaker appeared on stage. Whatever that was supposed to mean, it was a minute of fame for the American conceptual artist and gay rights activist Robert Opel, and he definitely deserved some applause for his bold move. Or at the very least, Nicole Kidman's seal-style applause. By the way, does anyone know what the hell happened to the actress? Like, all of a sudden she forgot how to clap?
I do not clap like that.
Kidman explained herself, saying that she was wearing a massive, super expensive ring and didn't want to damage it. Sure, like clapping can hurt jewelry. Lots of weird and funny things have happened at the Oscars. Remember James Franco and Anne Hathaway hosting the ceremony and being in completely different moods?
So here we are, and it's Hollywood's biggest night.
wow.
Seth MacFarlane singing the most sexiest song ever.
We saw your boobs. In the movie that we saw your boobs.
And Martin Scorsese falling asleep during Eminem's performance. But the biggest blooper in the entire history of Hollywood still remains with La La Land and Moonlight, of course.
I'm sorry. No, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
What a high bar. It has both humor, shame, embarrassment, and it will live forever on the internet for all of us to remember. Seems like nothing will ever beat that mess up. Well, except for maybe the Will Smith moment. And what do you guys consider the weirdest moment from the Oscars to be? Share your thoughts in the comments. Fan of the ceremony? Then there is good news for you. We have more cool content about the Academy Awards. Check it out, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
That was a greatest night in the history of television.